I've just got to show this while it's brand new before I use it. So this is the one that burned out on me, which you can tell by looking at that. There's been a slight amount of wear. I used it for a couple of weeks. I'm surprised at how quickly this came off, but that's where you leave the realm of inexpensive and enter cheap. I don't know what I'll do with that. Perhaps on the new one, I will go ahead and coat the top with something like a clear coat of nail polish or something so that the paint will stay on, because I need to actually have access to that. But that's another note. The only thing I really want to address right now is that I'm about to clean this one up and use it. But before I touch it, I just want to document it straight out of the package, because here's the one that burned out on me. And here is what it's supposed to look like inside the lid. And here is the one that I just got from warranty fulfillment. It's missing that piece. There are two pieces because this is a metallic piece and this is a silicone piece. Actually, it kind of feels like a weird plasticky substance that feels like silicone, but I'm going to say this is the silicone-like piece that gets that to stick in place. So I've taken this loose to clean it. It does say please clean after each use. So I opened the package thinking, okay, I don't need to, it's not really an unboxing. It's a very unceremonious unboxing of a replacement. And I wasn't excited about it, so I decided I'm not going to film it. And then I opened it up, and part of it, brand new from the factory, is missing. So I was just completely outdone, and I'm still completely outdone, but I just wanted to show that that's the condition it came in brand new. I mean, this is just a hot mess, right? I don't know what's going on. This one comes and it breaks, and then to their credit, they send me a brand new one, and the brand new one comes missing a piece, a functional piece. I mean, there aren't that many pieces and they're all functional, but it came missing one. So I feel that I'm now going to contact them just to inform them that that happened. I don't know if they'll send me out the piece. I guess it's not that big of a problem because that metal piece doesn't do anything electrically. It just sits there. So I can cannibalize the old one that's now totally worthless. I'll use this too, I guess. I mean, it's an extra pot, and I'll be using that as I test the new one and see how long this one takes to burn out. Just use it and see how it turns out, because now that this has happened, I really want to give an update on the new one, because I feel that, oh, they sent me a new one is a partial update. Now you want to know what happens when you deal with this company at all, right? That's what I would want to know. So I'm just showing that before I clean this up, and apparently, like I said, cannibalize this one to take that off and use this one for the first time, because I want to go ahead and immediately get into using it so I can really tell what I'm in for. Then update at a later date in another video with a fuller review. Well, update in the same video. I'd rather just go ahead and get this over with. I have not been looking forward to recording this video for multiple reasons, and one of them is because I would like to do a demonstration, and I can't do a demonstration because neither of them work. They have both blown out on me, and both in the same way. I suspect that this is a wiring issue. And the reason why I suspect that is because one of the things I wanted to demonstrate and can't is how difficult it was for me from the get-go to get this to activate anytime I press the button. It's just this touch interface, and you're basically supposed to lightly press it or put your finger over it. I don't know if it's supposed to be a sensor so that you can just delicately touch it, or if there's some kind of pressure activation where you have to press it a little more. In my experience, I have had to do both because I'm just trying to get it to interact. I would love to have been able to show that, but I can't because they've both blown out. Second reason why I expect that this is a wiring issue is because both of them, sitting on solid, non-conductive surfaces, suddenly just completely overheated and then went off. So I don't know if there is a mechanism to prevent it from continuing to overheating to the point where it would start a fire. Thankfully, neither one of them did. I just noticed that with this first one, all of a sudden it went out. I sat it on a porcelain tray in a nice safe area at my workstation, and I kept it there for things such as rewarming my tea, rewarming my coffee, and I really like that. It's not a huge amount of use. I believe that in this one, the first one, I made ramen noodles twice, and the first time it was kind of a disaster, which was my doing. I put too much liquid in it, and so I ended up with a bit of a mess because it just decided it was gonna go everywhere. Anyway, I learned, okay, you can't make something like that so very easily. That's one of the things I got it for. I guess I could have made some dry noodles. I found that the volume wasn't enough to make that. Anyway, I've got it empty now. I took the pot out so I could use it in the other one. I said earlier that I was going to cannibalize this old one that didn't work since the first one came missing a piece. You can see I've switched it out, and I just put both of the cords in here for storage because I don't need to use them for anything else anymore. I don't see why using these for something like warming up tea or warming up coffee would have gotten them both to blow out very reliably within 2 weeks. I should say within 2.5 to 3 weeks of use. I wasn't timing it with the first one because I didn't expect it to blow out, and I was not timing it with the second one because for some reason I wasn't expecting it to blow out. So A, interesting to me that they blew out within the same time frame. B, I was already having issues with the buttons where I would press it and nothing would happen repeatedly. Sometimes it was a light press, sometimes it was a long press, sometimes it was a gentle press, sometimes it was a firmer press. I never knew what was going to work or when. So I was sitting here thinking to myself while I was using it, how am I going to get the hang of this new technology because I'm not accustomed to something like this, sort of the illusion or the air of high technology on a multi-cooker where you've got this little button where you just press. When am I going to get the hang of it? When am I going to press it correctly so that it works consistently? And it never did the entire time that I had it, and then it blew out. With the first one, when it blew out, I thought, maybe this is connected. With the second one, when it blew out, I thought, you know what, I'm pretty sure this is connected and they were never working properly in the first place. Third reason, again, it overheated. They both got incredibly hot to the point where I was sitting there or standing around with them now unplugged after they stopped working, just paying attention. I know the casing is plastic. It wasn't connected to a power source anymore, but it was so hot. I wanted to make sure that it was far away from anything. I just didn't feel comfortable with it, and I didn't know if something inside was going to spark. This is a miserable experience to have, not once, but twice, and 2 times in a row. That's 100% for me. So I'm not having a good experience, and I just want to share what my experience was because when I personally was looking this up before purchase, I found almost nothing. The best I could find was other places where it was being sold, and I don't think I found a single review. So here's my review. Both of them blew out. Both of them blew out in the same time frame, and both of them had the same initial issue with me trying to get them to work in the first place. Draw your own conclusions. I'm just giving you the facts as they happen to me. So I suppose with that being said, that's really all I need to say on this subject right now. And if I think of anything else, I'll continue to update in the comments because I will most definitely want to get this information out there. That said, that's about it. Bye now. It does work for that, doesn't it? Bravissimo.